Hello everyone and welcome to Blogger and Everything, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to yet another match review for what was a surprisingly comfortable victory at Mestalla for FC Barcelona. Now, I'm not so surprised that Barca won, but I am surprised just how easy it was, 4-0 up at halftime again against Valencia, and this time around with a hat-trick from none other than Ferran Torres. And Barca were really flying during that first half, and during the second half they really just took their foot off of the gas and they coasting into the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. And we await now for the draw to see who FC Barcelona is going to play, and I am willing to bet a fortune that it's going to be Real Madrid, because how can you just pass up on all of the money you could generate from two El Clásicos in the Copa del Rey, especially if they're going to be closely contested? There's just no beating that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. But before we even reach the point where we get to see that, first and foremost we have to talk about the result, of course, and how well Barcelona did here. Now, this isn't going to be your typical match review, just simply because I need to get rest and, matches end late, this and that. So yeah, we won't dwell too much on that, but we will dwell a lot more on some of what we got to see today. Hansi Flick did do quite a bit of rotations in this one. Well, I mean, quite a bit, but it was really just about 3 or so players, right? Eric Garcia coming in, Frankie de Jong from the start, and of course up top we saw Robert Lewandowski benched for Ferran Torres, and it only took all of 3 minutes for Ferran Torres to justify his start. Yet another wonderful assist for Alejandro Balde. I am so happy to see that, he's getting these assists and that is shutting up people who've been talking about, oh, Balde isn't good enough, Balde needs to do more. Personally, I think Balde has been exactly what he needed to be, and he is developing at exactly the kind of rate that you want to see from your fullback, okay? Start first by being solid defensively, which I believe Balde has been almost from day one for Barcelona. So start from that and build on top of that. And guess what? The kid's been building, because this year so far, I think he's up to like 5 assists now, which from left back, that's pretty impressive, and he could have easily have had more as well. But it doesn't end there, of course. Balde isn't the only player who had a pretty stellar showing in this one. We could say the same once again for Pedri, who just, every match that Pedri plays, he just continues to show why he's really in a league of his own. I know there's people comparing him to Jude Bellingham, and I know there are people who think Jude Bellingham can do what Pedri does, but listen to me, man, he can't, okay? Bellingham is Bellingham, Pedri is Pedri. They both do their own thing, and they do it to a very high level, we should admit. But personally, when it comes to consistency and just the overall aesthetics of the game, you can't really talk Pedri, and this season it's just really been in his bag. And also in his bag in this match was once again Fermin Lopez. He was just ever a thorn in the side of Valencia. He could have had even more than one goal here today. Unfortunately, it was just the one. And of course, we have to give a shout out as well to Rafinha with his 2 assists, and he just continues to be that player who gives you something positive, who gives you an output, despite the fact that, he didn't score in this game. He was still able to grab 2 assists. He was still probably Barcelona's most lively attacker, and yes, I know Ferran Torres scored a hat-trick, a nice hat-trick as well. All of his goals pretty well taken. But despite that, it was still Rafinha who was buzzing all around that front line. And of course, later on, after Rafinha came off, I think Fermin and Yamal really came to life as well towards the end of this fixture. And man, it was just all around, I think, a great showing from Barcelona. All of their forwards, either scoring or assisting. You like to see that kind of thing. And also, it was nice to see Dani Olmo return from injury, because, We've not known when he'll be back, but well, he's back now. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks, he can regain his fitness, and that's just going to add even more attacking options for Hansi Flick. Like, this team isn't already blessed enough in that department. Man, I can't wait to see what comes next for FC Barcelona. Of course, in as far as next match is concerned, it's a trip away to Seville. Now, it's not going to be as easy as it was here in Mestalla. This Valencia side really just, they look to have given up the ghost against Barca, I think. And I guess with the 12 goals they've conceded now in back-to-back matches against Barcelona, you can sort of, feel for them in that regard. But anywho, Barca will be going away to Sevilla, and we'll be hoping to see we'll definitely see a much tougher match for Barcelona. So, we'll wait to see how all of that unfolds. And before I sign off, I think, just go ahead and quickly just talk team rating, manager rating. I think for a performance like this, it's an easy 9 and maybe an easy 10. An easy 10. Okay, fine. We'll give them an easy 10 because they did take their foot off the gas. They showed some mercy to the opponent. Always respect the opposition. A 10 out of 10 for the team. A 10 out of 10 for Hansi Flick. And of course, your man of the match was none other than Ferran Torres. So let me know your thoughts though in the comments. Do you think differently, or do you, is there anything about this match, anything about this performance you didn't like? Just, let me know your thoughts. But aside from that, I thank you all for tuning in. Do have a great day, and Forza Barça.